Oh yeah, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to Bona Fide Bullshit, the podcast. Man, that intro still gets me going. But real quick, I got to thank all of those listeners that tuned in to our snippet and also our first episode last week. Much love, much respect. We appreciate the support.
It was super exciting. We're super excited to do episode dose.
Yes, too. We're back at it again. We're gonna keep giving you guys that flavor.
Did you hear the vocals though? I warmed up.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. We're not here just to get a mic, and all of a sudden you think you're dropping singles, and that's not what the case is here. So slow your roll.
A little bit of the WAP, you know.
But for those of you who this is gonna be your first time listening, I want to let you guys know we are now officially starting today.
Yes, sir. What are Wednesdays for?
Wednesdays are for getting it in.
For potting.
Yes,
I said it.
Wednesdays are for
I said
potting.
it. Potting.
I thought it was for getting
it's
it in.
It's some new shit. You don't know about it yet. It's new.
You just coming up with your own terms. I
Trademark.
thought Wednesday was originally, hump day, get it in Wednesday. But it's Wednesdays are for potting. For those of you listeners who are listening to us, we appreciate it. As the days go on, we keep opening up to other platforms. Like I was about to say, we are officially now on iHeart. Obviously, Apple iTunes now, Spotify, Stitcher, and a bunch of other good ones. I could be here all day.
Stitcher?
Yeah,
I haven't even heard of some of this shit. Like I don't fucking know.
It's crazy the reach how a podcast can get into different outlets that I'm
new at the potting business. You know me. Like you've always done the podcast, and you'd always be like, "Oh, do you listen to this?" I'm like, "No. When do you even have time to do it?"
Yeah, it was crazy. So you get to see how, the platform that we use to put this out that hosts our podcast and how many other platforms that it touches for people. And it's crazy to see, where everybody's listening to. And it breaks it down to if they're on their cell phone, on a desktop, which website. I mean, hey, we even got listeners, down in Germany and France. And we appreciate that.
Like, who are you?
That was fucking awesome. And if it's one of our followers.
I want to know. That's fucking amazing.
Yes, that shared and put that out there and shared it so maybe they have friends or family or whatever that are in those countries. We appreciate that support. I thought that was so fucking awesome to look at the map and I'm like, oh shit, like the reach is out there. But that's the big thing, the big glorious thing about this is the reach. How you're able to reach so many people internationally, not just locally, just everywhere. Social
media is crazy, right? Like it's so overwhelming to me sometimes, but at the same time, like amazing.
It is, it's that old thing where social media is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it's cool. You get out there, you get to put things out there. People get to see your stuff. It's a curse because then it opens up.
It can take over, man.
Yeah.
Like your entire fucking life. Like I'm TikTok famous now. Like I don't know if you knew.
Oh, I did know. And first off, I want to really tell you, Bae. Bae, I truly, truly appreciate you carving out 30 minutes of your day and taking a break from TikToking, whatever you... Yeah,
the talks.
It's another term I guess you came up with.
Doing the talks.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking your time and putting your phone on it to be a part of this.
You're welcome.
Sincerely, me and the rest of our listeners.
Because I have to do this for my show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently all those weird looking trucker dudes that are following you on there, you're a big hit in the trucker community.
Oh my God. It is like, listen, like what I'm finding now about TikTok and, I joke, but like I'm very new to it. It is slightly creepy. The followers are different than the Insta, the Idge, the book, and all that other stuff. It's different.
I had this conversation with a good friend of mine, Tim. Shout out to the homie Tim. And
Sierra?
Yes. And
Sierra.
That's my guy right there. We were talking and he was saying like it's funny because like Facebook, you could regulate who you have. Facebook, if I'm accepting as a friend, I mean I see your shit. I do feel like
it's close family, friends, random like the other
gist
people.
of it is I'm letting you in and I'm approving it. But if you have other pages that are like your Instagram, your TikTok, all it takes is someone to follow. And granted, they do have privacy settings.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
I haven't looked so far into that.
But it's crazy the reach and the amount of people that are on there. And granted, TikTok's big overseas. Obviously, it's where it kind of originated with Musical.ly and all that other good stuff and whatnot. But to just see the vast characters, you were like, oh my God, I got thousands of views or I got thousands of this.
The short amount of time I've been on it, I've realized, one, it's a total creep fest as far as guys. And two, moms are really fucking cool on there. Like, there's no fucking judgment. People are fucking twerking. Don't give a fuck. Like, I love it. That's a part of it that I love.
It definitely was an outlet for moms to get out there, do their dances, do their stuff, do stuff with their kids.
Do some funny shit.
I mean, as we mentioned in the first episode, I'm a big fan of like technology and different stuff that's coming out. So I was on TikTok when it was Musically, and then when it morphed into, but I just never used it. Like dancing wasn't my thing. Getting into that shit was my stuff.
I think we did like one Musically or whatever it was called back in the day, like forever ago.
Yeah, we did that one. No, that'd be two, because then when it became TikTok, we did the one where we did the little Drake Switch challenge. Yeah, which ended up getting flagged for tobacco use, blah blah blah, because I had a cigar in my hand, and that's a whole other story there. Break. But
like, I don't understand. Anyways, that's
yeah, it's weird. But anyway, so I just kind of stay in the cut and watch it. I typically, before we get down for TV time at night after the kids go to sleep, I'll comb through it and just laugh at the random stupid shit that's on there and end up getting into that wormhole. But you tend to get into that wormhole throughout the day, where the other day I was texting you and you were said that you were outside fucking, was it TJ Maxx or Ross, or you were like an hour loophole in your car.
Oh my god, I stopped. I had like a TikTok message or something. I think someone had sent me a video, and then you just go down that rabbit hole of like, just you see, all these different TikTok, and you're just laughing. Then before you know it, it's like an hour in and you're like, fuck, what just happened?
Yeah, you get
But it's like either I'm on it or I'm not. Like, there's days, like, I don't even open that app, and then when I do have a hot minute, and I'm like, oh, let me just check this shit out really quick, it's fucking scroll for God knows how long.
The one thing I would like about that app is that, and I could be slightly wrong, because I don't know 100% the analytics behind the scenes of it, but I know with, like, Instagram, it's, like, all promoted business shit, so, like, you gotta pay for your shit to come up. But on there, you'll find random families. There's random clips that have come up where it has like 5 likes, and random clips that have 200,000 likes. Yep. But I think that's cool I think that's what you're saying, your creepers to get in, is because it's just a different range.
Yeah, it's really weird. I guess I don't quite understand it that yet. It's a hilarious app. I don't understand all that dynamic shit behind it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know, like, I can shut the actual background. There might be something out there where they're saying, well, no, because you like this, we're going to suggest this, because that's how all the analytical shit works.
There's got to be, because all the shit that comes up on your page is completely different from mine. Like, mine's all music, twerking, all the funny dances, and you have the ratchetness. Yours is different. You have different people who come up in yours. Like, everything is different.
Yeah, and I only, the ones, if you go look at the page, like, I follow a handful of people, and a couple of them are based on because Eli Jr., our son, because there's something he likes. And matter of fact, him and I were kicking it yesterday. He likes that. I think the dude from Korea.
That one Asian guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he does the like da 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 da, and he like slaps himself with shit. Yeah, and he goes, "Hey!" And then he does stupid shit, and my son gets a fucking kick. He's probably
gonna come running up here now that he heard us do that.
You're gonna hear the studio door get fucking hit. Here, the Diplomat Dungeon Studio the door's gonna come down. He's gonna be like, "Are you watching his video, Dad?" But that's a goofy guy that's on there, and he's like blowing up. The surfboard guy with the Ocean Springs blowing up, and it takes you back to talking about like Instagram, like. It's funny because obviously, for those of you guys who do know me and those of you who don't know me, I put my cigars out there, and I have different brands, different companies reach out to me, give me stuff, and I personally hate being tagged as an influencer. Like, I don't feel like I'm no fucking influencer. I'm not personally setting out to be an influencer. You know me, I've always been excited. I get excited to share things. I get excited to share experiences. Same on my YouTube page. For those of you guys on YouTube, look up youtube.com/DJ Eli. And you'll see a hodgepodge of videos when I'm reviewing guns, wrestling stuff, and music videos and cigars. And I just get excited to share. I'm like, if I see something, I'm like so fucking excited. I want to share it with you. Like, I don't sit there. And I met people with an influencer state of fucking mind where they're like, no, I'm going to do this and I'm going to start posting because, they're going to give me shit free. I don't. Fuck. You see, when I get a message, someone wants to send me something, I get genuinely excited.
You definitely don't do that. I do think you have a better, I don't know what it is, grasp on social and how to use it. Not that you're using it to influence or gain that business or sponsors or whatever the fuck all that shit is called. I do think you have a better grasp on that than I do. Like, I just be like posting random shit, whether it be about fitness, food, the kids. Like, yours is very focused for the most part on like one thing.
Yeah, and what I have going on in my life at that moment. And I kind of attribute that to back in the day, when I was with Mars and the record label BDB Entertainment, our old manager Kevin Muller, who was a big techie guy, and this is during the era of message boards. Who the fuck remembers message boards?
Not me.
You don't remember message boards?
No.
I used to hang out on message boards all the time. That was before your Facebooks, your MySpaces, your Mijentas, your Black Planets.
I was too busy with all my boyfriends, know what I mean?
I mean, I still was doing my thing, but you get on a message board, you needed information, you get on a message board. You know what I mean? And people
you were doing a little bit.
It was community. It was right after that awkward era of AIM. You ever do AIM? AOL Instant Messenger?
Yes.
Can I ask you what's your ASL?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
You
I
don't
don't
remember that? You
remember.
remember that? No, ASL was when you
Is
see
that my
somebody.
screen name?
No, that's when
Oh.
you would hit somebody up and you're talking to them and you
Fuck
say,
is an
"Hey,
ASL? It sounds
age,
like a
sex, and
disease.
location."
Oh.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Hey, what's your ASL?" You know, and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, my age is this and my sex is this."
I'm
and
sure
my
I did, but I
location."
don't remember that acronym.
How do you got free ASL? Was like one of the biggest fucking things you have to, if you were on AIM, that was a big thing. If you hopped
I
into
don't
those
know.
chat
Maybe
rooms,
I
it
wasn't
was,
that big on it then. I don't know.
again, I'm surprised. See, again, and I was all into, again, hence why, like, I was always into that technology type of shit. And Kevin, you know, he ran our message boards, and the way I met him was through a message board. And that's how I got that gig. And he's always was like on the new apps that were going to be coming out, the new stuff that was going to take over, and what's going to be next. And so I've always been a fan of that.
I think in general, it's like you've always been in like entertainment, right? And I do feel like social media and all that, it's still like a form of entertainment. It's like entertainment and showing people like your life and what you do or what you're interested in. It's still entertainment, right?
To a certain degree. Like I said, I just love sharing my experiences, even shit with, like, fuck with you, me, and the kids, and just like we find something funny, we're doing something funny, I want to share with other folks. I guess I'm a spreader of love and joy. That's what you call it.
I guess you are. I would say that's true.
And that's what I like to do. And it's crazy that you see, like I said, these influencers, like they're influencing in the way, like we saw that social media, or what was it called on Netflix, the social media dilemma or something dilemma.
That was real crazy though.
Yeah, that freaks you out.
Like that had me fucking mind blown.
Yeah, but
it was too much for me, especially when you're doing other activities and watching it. It's like my brain was like,
and how it's fucking tracking
overload.
you, and how you got a computer tracking you. What you're doing
makes you want to like do shit or tag shit or where you are, and you know
it definitely puts that whole thing to rest. Is my phone listening to me in my pocket?
The phone is 100% listening to me.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's not that
it's
not that it's listening to you. It's that based on your habits, it tracks your habits, so it knows if, for example.
Yeah, but even if you're talking to a friend, like I have not searched Instagram, Google, whatever. I haven't searched yet. It will show up all of a sudden on the Instagram ads.
But check this out. Remember this?
So
a couple weeks ago, you looked at me and you said, "Bae, I think we should put a lock on our bedroom door." And I said, "Why do you think we should put a lock on our bedroom door?"
Home Depot showed up on my Instagram, which why would that ever show up? Because it's not. Hold on,
but I'm trying to put you. I'm trying to. I mean, I asked you the question, "Bae, why would you like to put a lock on our bedroom door?" Because we have one from the inside, but you wanted to put one from the outside.
Yeah, because there's some fucking nosy assholes in this house, meaning the children, meaning the 13-year-old, and we want to like keep them out of the business sometimes.
Yeah, and you're gonna share that business, or what you're trying to hide? Everybody, you know what? As an adult, now shit makes sense. Or as a kid, when your parents had certain things locked away, or there were certain stuff where they're like, "Don't touch in there, don't get in there."
You know, I was just trying to hide, the smoky toki.
The smoky, your cigars?
Smoky, no.
Your pipe?
The weeds.
I don't think they say it loud as they can hear you in the back.
The weeds.
Exactly. And it's just, and I respect that you're trying to hide it, and you're like, let me find a fucking place to put this at and lock the door. I mean, because, I'm a big, I have guns and I own guns, the right way and got the right paperwork and all that good shit. And I keep my stuff under lock and key. Yes. And you said, hey, this is in our room. And
locked that we sometimes forget.
Yeah, sometimes I fucking forget where I put the fucking
what's
key.
the code? We need the gun. Yeah, great. I don't remember it.
You heard something, let me fucking, what's the code again? But, we were trying to put that lock on the door, and sure enough, Home Depot started coming up. Why? Because we took the phone out, and we went to Home Depot. We started looking at fucking locks. I didn't yet,
though. I don't feel like I did yet.
You might not notice, and that's what that documentary did. That documentary basically kind of put on blast your habits that you don't realize you fucking do, but the phone realizes it, and then the phone just fucking runs with it.
I mean, I'm not always searching on Home Depot.
No,
I might be searching for clothes and other shit,
it
but
just takes
not
one
Home
fucking
Depot.
thing, and then it knows if you were really looking for that, and then based on how that system works, it just takes it down this fucking rabbit hole. It just freaks you out. For those of you guys who haven't checked that documentary out, check it out. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to give too much of it away. You kind of get the gist of what we're getting at with it, but it's just crazy how social media in general, where it could take you and where it cannot take you, for lack of a better words.
Yeah, like how far it could take you and how you could reach people. Like, that's the cool shit I like. Like, you could just reach people that you would never in a million years run into on the street. And now you're, like, besties with this person in a different state that you just, like all their shit and they like you. And you feel like if you ever run into each other, you're going to fucking, have the time of your life.
Yeah, I mean, and it's happened to me when I started. You know, there were certain people that followed me on Instagram and other social media platforms, and I was doing the Barn Smoker tours for Drew Estate. They were coming up to me at these events, and they're like, you know, oh my God, EJ Eli, I'm your friend, and I'm like, fuck, like, you know me, I'm fucking horrible with names, but I remember something. Where there's a situation, scenario, I'll fucking remember that shit inside and out. But give me a name and you walk away from me 2 minutes later. I'm like, fuck, what is his name? Fuck,
But if you give me an Instagram handle, I'll be like, I don't know his name, but that's, Fit Mess over there, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then, they were coming up to me and it was people from online. And I was genuinely happy to meet those folks. I felt a little bit like shit because I couldn't remember their names. And then you get to know them and you see them more, but then you start
How can you possibly remember every name? Literally,
There's
you'll
many.
tell me your name and it'll be like out my ear before we even finish introducing ourselves. Hi, your name is John. What's your name again? I don't fucking know, but I'll remember what you look like, what your style is maybe, what you're about, but I won't remember your name.
My memory is more situational based, but
You have selective.
So no, it's always stories. Like I could take you back to a story. There's people that I might not, that may have asked me a song. They were continuously a person that was in a club, and I'll tag them in my mind with that song. Like, oh, that's so and so that always likes this song. Don't know their fucking name, but I know that song because they requested. And it's something that stood out to me. So same with the situations. Like I remember that. Oh, that happened this at this event, that and there, and I fucking lock in on it. It's really weird. Story wise, I remember, but name wise, I'm fucking horrible. So if for those of you that I fucking forgot your name or hit you with a yeah brother or yeah sister or yeah dude, that's more than likely I fucking forgot your name, and that's no disrespect.
No, and I feel like most people are like that, honestly.
Well, you'd be surprised because
You meet so many people on a daily basis, like whether it's work, like I meet so many clients a day. Sometimes like I'll go back and do some work. I'm like, I don't even know who I met today. And it was literally just today.
Well, they always say that, like tag them with something in your mind. Like that's John, the blue car. That's Sue, the red hat. And it's like.
Or you remember that one movie? Was it The Bunny?
Which one? The bunny.
The bunny movie. House Bunny? House Bunny, where she was like, oh, I remember names by, like, I'll say it like this. Oh, like, hi, what's your name? Eli.
Eli.
And she'll go like that.
No, I don't remember the House Bunny. You were saying bunny. I'm thinking like,
House Bunny, House Bunny. No, not my bad bunny.
Yeah, I was like,
House Bunny.
No.
You probably would remember if you saw it, but she'll be like, oh, I can't remember names unless I say it like this. Oh, Angel.
No, yeah, I don't remember that shit. If you guys that knew that, I mean, let us know.
Other people will know what I'm talking about.
Hit the comments if you remember that. Speaking of people letting us know, last episode, people hit us up. They actually went out and fucking bought Perry Ellis 360 Red.
Oh my gosh, yes. And see, I don't know her name. T.Y. Smith or something like that.
Yeah.
She knows about me. She knows about my fucking snack life. She fucking gets me. I
Always
know
shows us
exactly
love.
who it is. I could not tell you what her actual name is. I have no idea.
It's so funny that our paths with her cross was because I knew her through cigars. You knew her through when you were doing your keto journey.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of crossed hairs, which was like, oh shit, I know both of you guys. And she always
She's
shows
hilarious.
love.
I love her.
I appreciate it. She said, hey, for the fucking bang for her buck, it was perfect. And she was able to buy more cigars.
And I think she got off Amazon and came like the next day or something like that.
Yeah. To me, that's so fucking awesome hearing that. I mean,
and now she's smelling fresh.
Fresh as fuck.
Fresh as fuck.
Smelling like DJ Eli circa 2000, from 2004 to 2012.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. See, again, that goes back to the reach and social media's reach and what shit gets where and how people check out things. And again, that's an example of sharing an experience. Like I was just telling you, we're sharing that fucking experience. We're letting people know. We're letting them in. And I just get excited. Unfortunately, that particular situation in episode 1, for those of you who didn't tune in to episode 1, I didn't want to share that experience with nobody because that was my experience. I was like, I ain't letting nobody in on this fucking secret
for the hoes.
Yeah, this little lion's den fucking smell that I got going on. I ain't
Lion's
letting you
den?
in. Yeah, you know how they have that.
I don't understand what that means.
You know how they have that little vial where they put in the lions and it gets the pheromones going and then they mate and shit?
That's extensive.
Very extensive. That's why I sprayed it on me, and then you came and then you wanted to mate and shit.
Oh my god, it's because I couldn't not smell you from like fucking 20 miles away. That was the issue.
Then it worked.
Oh, yeah.
What can I say?
Look at us now.
Look at us now doing.
Look at us now potting and everything together.
Doing all that, still hanging on there nice and strong, right? look
right.
at that. Hey, random thing
We've
for
done
you.
Okay.
Random question. So
For
last
me?
night, yeah.
Okay.
Switching gears here real quick. Last night, I was sitting and I was watching an old school show, Most Extreme Elimination, which is one of my old school favorites. It's on Amazon Prime. That's the Don't Get Eliminated. And our oldest, Martin, was sitting with me hanging out, and he had his AirPods in. And sometimes I try to school him on music, not because I'm just the DJ dad, but I'm his dad, and you always want to school your kids on, you know, the true music, because some of the shit that's out now is crap. Like, he came up to us one time, he wanted to take over the auxiliary cord in the car, what have you, and he was like, I want to listen to funk. I'm like, oh shit, funk, like Bootsy Collins, like, you know, George Carlin.
But it wasn't like funk, like F-U-N-K.
No, it was like, I don't even know
weird, I think it was P-H-O-N-K.
Something he heard from, he piggybacked off a car show video from his YouTube channel, and it was just really like, and I have an ear for all the music, you know. I know,
that's what I was about to say. If you didn't like it, you know, I know that it's really like, I don't like much, and it's, again, one of those things where it's amazing how not cultured I am in music, especially having a husband who's so deep into music. But I knew if you didn't like it, that I wasn't wrong. Like, it was trash.
Yeah, it was weird. It's in its own lane. I mean, but anyway, so I see him, and at the corner of my eye, I see the cover of an Eazy-E album. Now, for those of you who don't know me, Eazy-E is like hands down one of my most favorite rappers growing up as a kid. Matter of fact, when I first started DJing, my name was DJ E, because it was, you know, Eazy-E, and that whole era. I remember my mom buying me that.
Was that why you had that?
Yeah, that's how I read my first book.
I did not know that. New information.
Yeah, I was going by
still learning.
Just DJ E, and when I was young, that album 187 on the Come Up, you know, like that album was the diss album that he did for Snoop Doggy Dogg, Dr. Dre, all that shit. And that album I used to bump back and forth. I mean, I had the fucking cassette, got it taken away from me at school. They hit me with the, you know, you're supposed to be listening to this? Does your mother know you have this? And I'm like, my mother fucking bought it for me. That's one thing I love my mom. She always bought me all kinds of music. So that's what I try to do to our kids. I'm like, if it's explicit, anything of that, you can listen to it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, just go ahead, and I'm not going to close your ears to music just because this is a bad word. But he's listening to Eazy. I go, oh shit, yeah. He's like, yeah, I stumbled into it. I really like him. And then he's listening to a couple other songs, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, because I've always tried that. Like, you get in the car, you'll put some Bone Thugs and Harmony on.
I always do, and that's the weird thing. Like, I feel like he thinks like you're the cool one of us too. He's wrong, obviously, but anyways, that's besides the point. When you play something, when you play something, he immediately is like, oh yeah, this is probably some cool shit, right? Like, if you, I was playing Bone Thugs the other day on the way home from work. And he was just, like, not having it. I was like, this is fucking the shit. And he's, like, not having it. If you play it, I'll hear him listening to it, like, the next day.
Our son works out at CrossFit every couple of days. And I was actually listening to the first Bone Thugs and Harmony album. And he was like, oh, I like this. The beat, the little hi-hats remind me of funk. He's like, it reminds me of funk. And I said,
that is so far from fucking funk.
So fucking far.
Funk, or however you say that.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, another group when I was young growing up that I really enjoyed. But it was cool to, you know, like last night, that particular, like, knowing that he found it on his own and I didn't, what you would call, like, quote unquote, force it on him. Like, here, listen to this. Like, here, we get in the car and it's my car, I'm driving.
Yeah, he just kind of, like, took to it.
Yeah, and then he fucking enjoyed it. And then when I schooled him on a couple stories, he's like, oh, shit. And I showed him, like, you like that album? Hold on, listen to this album here.
At the same time, I feel like even since he was little, he's always liked, like, the kind of ghetto ratchety shit. Let's remember the time he was listening, he heard Percocet. What's the song?
Molly Percocet, yeah, by Future.
He heard it from you, and I'm always like, watch what you play around them. And at this time, he probably was like 7?
Yeah, about maybe, yeah. He was
and I'll never forget, we were at Culver's. And all of a sudden, this fucking guy started saying, Percocet, Molly Percocet. And there a swift slap across his face happened so quick in the middle of Culver's. And you were like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, dude, I fucking sing that. Don't do that.
Yeah, and then he felt bad, and then when I would play it, he'd be like, my mom says I can't listen to this song, and I'm like, it's okay, you're with me, and then he still would be scared. Like, it's just literally, ladies and gentlemen, we're driving, him and myself, in a fucking car by ourselves,
it's just like
and he thought like you would come out from the heavens and slap the shit out of him.
He doesn't know what that means. And if he like goes to school and it's like Percocet, like, and one of the teachers here, it's gonna be like, oh my god, like, we're the worst parents. I'm sure they already think that already. Yeah. And now it's gonna be even worse that, you know, we sometimes I don't know, I look the way I do, you know.
We're just those different parents, you know what I mean? Like, we're not that cookie cutter, khaki wearing, you know, weird blouse wearing.
And I feel like there's more people, parents, like us now, so it isn't as off. But I do feel like when Martin was growing up and, I was going to the kindergarten parties, first grade parties, like, it wasn't so much there yet. Whereas now, like, I've made a ton of fucking mom friends, and it's awesome and I love it. But I don't feel like it was always like that. And I feel like you do get judged, like, and I get it. Like, I'm kind of like, first of all, I'm loud and obnoxious. Second, I have tattoos, I have piercings. Like, I got a lot of shit going on to look at. That's fine. I just don't want people to look at me like I'm any worse of a mom because of that.
Oh, they're going to judge without a doubt. I mean, like I said again, like, yeah, you pop out, you got music bumping loud in your Jeep, you get out there, your Jeep's like all lifted on rough country lift. I mean, I pull up my car. I do it to myself,
I guess, sometimes.
Yeah, I pull up my car, I got my music bumping. I've always been a fan of driving around my music bumping, and it's just like, and I don't aim to be the cool dad. I'm just being me, but I'm not going to fucking dress like,
I do think I'm a little bit of a... What's it called? Like a paper pusher? Like I try to cross the line. What did someone call me? A habitual?
You are what my boy Joey. Shout out to my boy Joey. South side in the house. My boy Joey G says you are a habitual line stepper.
Listen, I guess I like living on the edge. You could say that. I'm definitely a line
living
crosser.
On the edge and crossing that fucking line. You are. When he said that to me, he sent me a text after listening to the last podcast, and he goes, I'm just checking in on you, Eli. If you're all right, if there's if you need to talk to me or whatever, he's like, because Angelica is a habitual line stepper. Is she hitting you?
I love.
And I started fucking laughing. I go, fucking
is she
Joey.
Abusing you?
Yeah, he's like, when he told me that, I said, I go.
I mean, I think about it sometimes, you know what I mean? But I won't, because I don't want to get arrested or anything, because then I really will be noticed as, like, the bad mom.
Yeah, you get out of here with all that business.
But seriously, I guess I think in general, I think the reactions are funny sometimes by people who are just, so, like, I don't know, shelter or closed-minded. Like, come on.
I remember going to his school and like a dad like, oh, that's your son, he's going to basketball, and I'm like, yeah, and then the dad looks at you, and the dads look, because they're more older probably, because they did the whole go to college, get the job, don't have my kids when I'm 35, 36.
Did a little some shit right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, okay,
or
cool.
we did shit backwards.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, who gives a shit how you do it? There is no fucking form the way you want to do it, but it's like they already have that older mentality, you know what I mean, where they're just like, they look older and they present themselves over than, and I might look younger than I do look, because I've gotten that a lot when they're like, oh, you're in your mid-30s, and I'm like, yeah, they're like, oh, I would have pegged you for your 20s, and it's not that I grew my beard out, they don't really question it that much anymore, but it was just like, okay, nah, I'm his
your
dad.
Little fountain of youth, you.
Yeah, because I'm showing up in like, some, whether it's some Adidas boosts or some Nikes or, and I'm not showing up in loafers and New Balance.
How about me not getting carded the other day? I was like, what do you think, I'm 50?
Oh, no. You didn't get carded. I didn't get carded. And my younger brother, who's 28, I believe, didn't get carded. His girlfriend got carded. She doesn't have
I was like, offended.
I mean, I was just glad I don't, on some old head shit, I'm like, I just don't want to fucking dig in my wallet and take my fucking ID out. I was just like, fuck, lady, I just want the fucking Modelo. I hardly drink beer. Just give me
the fucking margarita.
Give her the fucking margarita with the spicy bullshit on it. Because she likes drinking fucking random spicy margaritas.
That shit it's good.
It was good?
Yeah, it was so good.
My Modelo was straight. I mean, Modelo's always deliver, like I said.
I could use another one of those.
I'm sure you could, but, it's one of those things, you were just so taken back by, like, huh? Like, we're in a Spanish restaurant. I'm surprised you didn't go like, ay, Dios mío.
Oh, my God. Me gusta patinar.
Me gusta patinar. What the fuck? That sounds like some shit you learned from your white Spanish teacher at your school.
Correct. First of all, and Matt knows this, shout out to Guilford. We were in the same math class, and Mr. Arispe was actually Spanish.
I'm confused. Your math teacher was teaching you Spanish?
I'm sorry.
I was like, shout out to the math teacher. I'm like 2 plus potato. Pendejo. Pendeja.
Okay, Espanol class. He was Spanish, so it wasn't some white teacher, but
and
I'll never forget him.
And all you took out of that was yo
I know,
tengo
isn't that
patinar.
sad? Like, I feel like I should know more.
It's like patinal, but you're like yo tengo patinar.
Yeah, I'm married to. You speak Spanglish.
Yeah,
I
do.
like to say Spanglish.
Hybrid.
But I don't. I just get so nervous. Like, anytime we go somewhere, and you know this, they automatically start speaking Spanish to me, and I like freeze up, like.
Yeah, because they automatically think like you're some form of Latin, or they think you're Mexican or something, and I'm like, no, ella Filipina. And they're like, oh, Filipina, and then they're
it's close though, right?
Yeah,
it's close.
The rebuttal is like, oh, well, it's the same because of the Spaniards. They want to start breaking down fucking ancient history.
They always say like Filipinos are like the Mexicans of,
of
like,
Asia.
Of Asia, right? And we kind of are because we're so close. Like even the language kind of crosses over sometimes. Everything, like things seem very similar. Foods, things like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. If you think I'm Latin, fucking great.
Fucking roll. I'll take it. Roll with it. But before we end this episode out this week, I want all our listeners to hit us back. If you have a youngin' that you're schooling them, this is some homework I'm going to give out. Not that I'm going to be expecting shit, but I'm just saying it's something because we were just talking about the music with our son Martin. Are there songs or are there artists that you love introducing your young ones to? Granted, new music today, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not going to do again. We're not going to do, okay, boomer, that whole chat. But I mean, like, is there certain songs that you look at your son or your daughter and you go, fuck, I got to show them this shit. They got to know what lyrics are. They got to know what fucking punchlines, bars. This song, content, taking it back, not just your stereotypical, your Tupac and Biggie songs with some deep-ass cuts. If there are, please leave us some comments. Hit us up on Instagram. I
personally say stay stereotypical.
Yeah,
I really stay in that, like, realm that you kind of
you kind of touch. And there's some, like, I'll get into some Tribe Called Quest, some Talib Kweli, some Mos Def, some of your deep ones, But, yeah, make sure you guys hit us up on Instagram. That's going to be at bonafide_BS. Check us out there. Let us know. Leave some comments on the pictures. I might even do a little post and say, what music are you listening? You have your kids listening to break them in, and please let us fucking know. And this has been another successful podcast.
Pretty fucking successful, I'd like to think.
Yeah, I mean, we got real quick, shout outs to the first 50 downloads in 24 hours. I know 50 is a small feat, but that's 50 downloads in 24 hours.
Podcast famous.
That is crazy. We're going to keep doing that. The numbers are going to keep going up, and Angel's Head's going to keep getting bigger. Then I'm going to have to fucking open the windows.
It's already big. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't.
Stop by that creepy TikTok page and see who follows her.
Yeah, shout out to my TikTok page. Followers.
Well, folks, this has been episode 2. Oh, how do you say it in Spanish?
Episode dos.
Episode dose of the Bona Fide Bullshit Podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Make sure you guys, if you like the podcast, make sure you guys like the podcast on your respective platforms. Repost it, share it, tell a friend. Tell a friend. We appreciate the support and love.
Peace out, friends. Till next week.